Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. But I just rob you on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yo, salute everybody. What's good? What's going on? Knicks Real Talk, playoff preview, Divine and Shaw. We in the building. Gonna talk about the first round series because the Cavaliers and the New York Knicks, man. Can't wait to Saturday. I hope that thing come around a little bit more faster. And also we'll talk about the playing in the NBA. But let me bring my partner to do it with me. Shaw Powell, what's popping?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yo, salute to the chat, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. Wherever, Robert, my man, Robert, I got the jewel dropping pretty soon, man. I got from the old school video for you. I'm gonna put you in there. It's nice, so I will just keep informed. But anyway, salute to everybody out there, man. Let's hope we having a nice day today. Had a beautiful day today. When I did, got your paper, got your school working, whatever you did today, man. Hope y'all had a good endeavor today. But first and foremost, salute to everybody out there, man. But yeah, it's playoff time, ladies and gentlemen. The atmosphere is gonna be lit. It's playoff time. We're playing in April, further later on in April, man. That's what it do. The Knicks going to be in Cleveland, up in Ohio, man, looking to go out there and try to win one of the first games in the playoffs so we can try to get this thing and again and close it out maybe in 6 games that I predicted. But Shaw Powers, man, this I'm like so giddy about this thing right now. I'm waiting for these boys to get ready to play. I'm amped about it. Like I said, these days moving a little slow. Normally I want them to slow down, but that's not this time right now. I want these days to go on so we can get to Saturday and go in here and see what the Knicks are going to do.
Yeah, man. Great matchup with a team that we played 4 times this year. We got the edge on them in the regular season, and it's a big game because of the political, the hoopla, all the stuff that's around Donovan Mitchell not coming to New York and us not getting him, and now we're in the 5th seed and they're in the 4th seed. You know what I mean? So, big time right now, big thing to do. And, I can't wait. Like I wrote in the chat, man, I can't wait to get here, man, because I think the Knicks match up with these guys pretty well, man.
Yeah, real talk, man. I'm with you, Norican, on that one. I think it's going to be a good game. It's so interesting about it because of the game 4 game that we played, players that was there, players that was there, which Robinson missed 2 of the games, you know what I mean? So, I'm just interested to see everybody fully loaded, man. I want to see these 2 go at it Saturday. Everybody fully loaded. I got a feeling Julius Randle will be playing. I mean, he practiced today. I don't know how hard he did, but I just got that feeling, man. We know when we clinched with 3 games to go, to me, it just extended everything to me, man. And I think this cat might be ready to go. I hope so, man. I want to see these cats get down fully loaded against Donovan Mitchell and them guys. And I think we do got a good chance of going in there beating them because I know we already went up and beat them in the regular season, but this ain't the regular season. It's now the playoffs. But still, we kind of had a whole week to kind of, shape and mold our game per se, get our game in progress, shape and mold that. Cat, like right now, for the last 5 games, what do you think RJ been doing? Shooting 3, practicing, probably in the gym, getting the rhythm down. Everybody getting to get a little bit of energy and practice going. So it's good for them. Quentin Grimes, keep doing what he's doing, shooting that 3 ball, stroking it, man. Quickly been playing well. So these guys got a whole week, even Josh Hart, them to get some practice in. And I'm excited about that. That's why I'm really psyched about what this team's going to do. I'm quite sure the Cleveland doing the same thing. And they probably even did it before us. But to know that we got a whole week to go over steady film, go over tape, get some rest, and all that good stuff, man. Now it's time to get down. Now this is when to go home at this. So I think this was all about, You know, you don't get 4, you go home. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you know, the matchup, I mean, for me, I'm 100% Knicks. All right, there I go. I'm 100% Knicks fan right now. And for me, you know, it's 3 things that can win us this series. You know what I mean? How I seen people say sway the series. And that's one, if we need Mitchell Robinson and our heart to command the rebounds. This team does not rebound the basketball, and that's one of our strengths. And we have top 3. I think Mitchell Robinson is 3, second or third, in offensive rebounding. We need Mitchell Robinson to get out there and give us games like he's been giving us, 15 rebounds a game. And I mean, we need him 15 rebounds. Out of those 15 rebounds, we need like 7 or 8 offensive rebounds. And we also need it from our heart too. He does that very, very well. He's a good offensive rebounder, and he could put the ball back into the basket. Also, as Mitchell Robinson, one thing that I want Mitchell Robinson to do: don't drop the ball down to the floor and then try to go back up. Just go right back up. Get foul. Get them in trouble. Even if you don't make the shot, get whoever's defending you in foul trouble. That helps us out in the latter part of the game. You get two fouls on Mobley in the first quarter, that sits him down. You know what I mean? And 2, like you just said, Devon, about R.J. Barrett, we need him to be shooting up 3-pointers in practice right now and get his rhythm going, because he can change the game by just simply hitting 3 out of 5 3-pointers in a game. And our second unit with IQ going back into the second unit has to produce upwards of 47 points in the game, because their second unit is I believe, as a Knicks fan, I think their second unit is weak. And I think we take advantage of them in the second unit, because our second unit is a little stronger than theirs.
Yeah, real talk. And a few about, you know, later on in the show, I'm literally going to break down our team and player stats and really see how you know, sometimes we talk about we play our players too many minutes. It's going to be interesting when you look at the minutes they all play. You know what I mean? How many minutes Donovan Mitchell play? How many Derrick Garland? You know, they everybody do that. I know sometimes we might think it could be like, man, why Tid play these guys a lot of minutes? But to be honest, everybody do that. You know what I mean? Because first of all, it's a business. That's what they get paid to do. But you know
right.
that. You know that you got to play them, man. You know, somebody give you millions of dollars, you got to perform and be out there and get your money. But you know what I come to say all that is, everything you said, especially the matchup part of it. I like our matchups. I like them all around from 1 to 5, and I like the matchups in this game, man. The game to me is, I think it's going to be neutralized who defense comes to the forefront. I think the defense is going to win this game, this series, for either one of these teams. Whoever defense rises to the occasion, win that series, because both of them can score the ball. So who going to be that team to get them stops? Who going to be that team to limit them more than you? Because obviously the name of the game is to outscore your opponent. But if you know, order to outscore them, both of y'all scoring, one of y'all got to be able to stop them. So I think our defense or their defense got to be that main factor in that series. Now, here's what I like ours in a sense. We got defensive pressure on the backcourt and the front court. They only got defense pressure on the front court.
Right.
That's Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. On the backcourt, that's not a defensive backcourt. But what I like about it, we got a guy in our backcourt who can literally defend, and we got a guy in our front line who can defend. So you know, I like that we have a lot of good players on defense, like Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Robinson. You know, you name it, man. And Hart, I like that. What really got me confident that a lot of predictors I see out there on ESPN, a lot of the sports writers who vote for all these players and all these awards, more of them got the Knicks losing the 7. You know what I mean? I think it's like 12 out of 4 or something like that, and what that case may be. But they don't look at the Knicks every day like we do. You know what I mean? They're not an 82-game watcher like us fans are. So we see a lot of things they don't even talk about. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, okay, you think they're going to take us to 7. Tell me the reason why. The only reason they're going to probably say is Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. They ain't going to talk about it.
And that's it. That's it. The rest of the guys, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's what I feel. As a Knicks fan, I'm 100% Knicks fan. After those 3 guys, who else is there? Who else is there that really puts a threat on you? The second unit is kind of, well, anyway, we'll get to showing the matchups. Let me shut up. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
amped about that.
I got you, brother. Yeah, but that's how I feel about it. I feel like they match up well. It's gonna be a battle of will. But like I said, who's gonna be that team that said I'm gonna slow you down? Obviously they got one of the premier scorers in the league this year, and Donovan Mitchell. He's been killing it. The young man really playing some good ball this year, helping guide them to the 5th seed. So you can tell how important he was to them. But at the same time, or the 4th seed, but we got a guy on our side, who Jalen Brunson, who was killing this year, and he got us to the 5th seed. So it's really interesting, man. We got guys who've been here, just like they got guys. Garland been there, Randle been here. You know what I mean? Two of them guys really can both get points. And Evan Mobley, he coming around, the young rookie last year coming around now. With his first playoff experience. So we got to see how that goes for all these guys as well. When the pressure comes in the playoffs, let's see how you perform. Because the regular season is the regular season. I mean, that's not the big, it's big, but it ain't big as this year. Because after a certain amount of games, you go home for the season early. Not after 82 games, it could be after 4 games. Your game ain't right, or 7 games or whatever. So we'll see, man. But I'm excited about this team. I'm confident about them. I think we go in there and play hard. And like Jalen Brunson said, man, we not done. We know, like we not done. And that said a lot when you hear that coming from your floor general and one of your captains of the team. Like, listen, we not done. That means these dudes is confident. That's what that means right there. That means they confident. Right. That's what that means. We not done. You know what I mean? So in other words, he said we ain't just getting to the playoffs. That ain't our ultimate goal here. And them cats is locked in like that, man. So Shop House, I think that's good to hear from one of your captains or one of your better players or your best players. Like they know where they want to go. You know what I mean? A lot of us out here, they might predict where they want to go. These cats know where they want to go. They know what they're trying to do. And I'm glad we got guys like that there who take it upon themselves to say, man, listen, y'all think I'm first round or y'all think playoff? No, we got a bigger goal in mind. And if they out there with an aspiration to master them goals and get it done, what can you say?
I think like I said, today is strictly Knicks fan for now. I believe Jalen Brunson is, and I'm a Knicks fan right now, is Donovan Mitchell's kryptonite. Now, let it be known, Donovan Mitchell can score the basketball. He scores basketball out here. He's with some of the best of them. He's amazing. His left-right move and break to the middle is amazing. He gets to the rim and he will throw it on you. This guy can score the basketball. But, just as I've been watching him coming from the West, Jalen Brunson also knows this guy very well. And the last couple of times that I've ever seen him, even with Jalen Brunson being on the New York Knicks, he plays very well when he plays against Donovan Mitchell. And it's almost to me how I talk about the Raptors a lot because oh my God, I just lost his name. Their point guard plays Jalen Brunson very well. Van Vliet, he plays Jalen Brunson very well. Shuts him down a little bit. Not, totally would score, but as many times as Jalen Brunson score, Van Vliet will go out and score. And this is what the comparison I'm talking about. I think Brunson, when Donovan scores, you're going to see Brunson try to score to keep pace with him. And he's done it in a couple of games last year in the playoffs. He did the same thing. He that's his style of basketball with him. So let's see that match. That's why I like individual matchups. Yeah, it makes a difference. If Julius Randle was really healthy, how much minutes Obi Toppin is going to get. But defensively, that's like you always say, Devon, defensively and offensively, but defensively, we need to grab these rebounds, shut these guys down to one shot a game. And, some percentages about Garland. He's not that great. He's only shooting like 41% this year. Everybody talks about RJ. RJ is about 45% this year, 44 and some change, almost 45% from the field goal percentage. So it's some matchups that you have to pay attention to. And the Knicks, the way they played the last 2 games against them, I think that's the way we're going to play them coming forward.
Yeah, real talk, man. Just let's break all of that caveat off this here, what you just said. And if you look at, to me, what the Knicks and the Cavs did to get against each other in the regular season, I mean, it's definitely noteworthy. But I do think that we did pretty good against them this year. Obviously, you look at the matchups, guys right there. Excuse me, if you look at the matchup right there, you can see that Knicks in December. Am I right? Let me get this thing right, guys. I was trying to get the screen app up a little bit more for you. There you go. Shout out. But if you look at Cleveland and Knicks, on that day, we beat them 3-1 in this series. The first game we lost to Cleveland. We lost to them guys. It was 108-121. We shot well pretty much from the charity. I mean, from the 3-point line. Field goal percentage was decent. But I think our 3-point shot was pretty off that night, if I'm not mistaken. We wasn't really knocking down too many threes that game. So they kind of we took 27 and we made
somebody was out that first game too. Who was out? Was it Mitch that was out? I'm not sure. I think Mitch was out that first game we played them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we lost. Then the next 3 games, 92-81. That was a good game there, man. We was we gave them the business in that game. And we only shot 65% from the charity stripe too. That was the whip had me turning my leg like, damn, we only shot 25 and beat them by 11. But we only shot 67% from the charity stripe. Obviously, that Julius Randle game in January 24th, 36 points, 16 rebounds, 8 3-pointers. Won that by 2. Then obviously the big game though was the last game of the season against the Cavs, 130-116. What a shootout that was. Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson 48, Donovan Mitchell 40. So we 3-1 in the series against them this year, man. And so that lets you know that we definitely could play against the Cavs.
And that was the game that Randle got hurt, right? He wasn't having a good game that game. Didn't he twist his ankle against the Cavs?
No, that was Miami.
Oh, that was Miami. Okay.
Yeah. He didn't play against the Cavs.
Oh, Miami. He didn't play against the Cavs then, right? Yeah, I knew he wasn't in the game, right? He wasn't in the game. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah. That was the one. That was March the 1st. That's when Jalen Brunson went off. So obviously, we got firepower to match some guys. To me, it's a lot of things that could happen. Like I said earlier, even if Randle don't play the first game, I'm still not that much concerned because now you letting Obi play the 4 spot. Starham been playing well lately, but now it matters. Now it's different than playing. But even a lot of the games that he played with Randle without matter because we still was fighting for that 5th spot until we locked it up. But but I like that, man, because that means that puts a lot of pressure. Mitchell Robinson can get up and down the floor too, so that puts a lot of pressure on the Cavaliers front court, big as they are, not to try to keep up with Obi Toppin and Julius Randle Obi Toppin and Mitch and Arden run up and down the floor. So I say all that is that they might be a good defensively team in the front court and the half court, but if you make a big Mobley and them run up and down that floor,
thanks.
Just like Donovan Mitchell said in the post game when we beat them that time, he said, "Listen, our team it didn't get to adjust to Obi Toppin because it's not Randle, compared to Obi Toppin who gets up and down the floor and runs a lot." So I think that was if Obi Toppin does play start Saturday, I'm still not concerned that much because due to the fact that the way this cat play basketball, it puts pressure on them too. Now, when it comes to the other side of the ball in the half court, then obviously Mobley got an advantage because he's taller, he's skilled.
Right. Right.
It's a give and take there. You know what I mean? You're giving up a player who can play defense and offense, opposed to we got a player who pretty much play offensively. Lately, he's been putting the effort in on the defense. But if we run up and down the floor and make them run up and down the floor, I think that help us out a great deal without Randle there. So I'm not concerned with that. But even when he comes to the backcourt, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, Brunson and Grimes, I like that in the sense of one of them cats is a supreme defender for us. You know what I mean? So even though Donovan Mitchell in that first half, the last game we played, he was cooking Quentin Grimes, but that's a learning process. He cooked everybody. But then in the second half, he made adjustments, my man Grimes, and kind of slowed him down a little bit with well as Jay Hart. So I think now Grimes probably been looking at film, like you said, for the last weeks, figure out what he could do better against my man this time. So I like our defense in that backcourt. I think if my man can go out there and he won't get 40 this time. Let me put it like that. He won't get 40 this time. You know what I mean? So It's playoff basketball, and I think Grimes gonna really step up to the plate this time. I think he's gonna take what he learned from the last time, apply it to now. I think he's gonna come to play. So I like our team in the backcourt, no question, on the defense side of the ball. With Quickly, with McBride, with these cats can go down there and defend the ball. I mean, they got some good players. I mean, don't get me wrong. Carol DeVert is not a defender. Wade is a good 3-point shooter. Stevens can get down though. Stevens plays some
Yeah.
Stevens, he got dog in him. He plays. Now you got Ricky Rubio there. He's a good defender from a steal standpoint. He's a real intelligent cat. So
he can pass.
He can pass and play the intelligent ball player, man. We really know the game.
And he got it for the Knicks too. He's one of those guys that have an all-star, all-NBA game when he plays the Knicks. I've seen him go off on the Knicks in numerous occasions.
Yeah, he dropped down 18 points in one game against us, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was lighting up that night. But this is different time, different place, different space. I'm like, you know what? I think our team I like this, man. I like this matchup. I couldn't have asked for a better matchup in the first round for the Knicks than anybody. This is the one I wanted. I kind of wish it would have been flipped 4 or 5, but because I know we're a good road team and our road record speaks for itself, I'm not too concerned. I definitely know we're going down there to get one. I think Knicks come back to the guard 1-1. 1-1. And any given night, I think the Knicks can beat anybody. If our defense is on, we one of the hardest teams to beat out there. You know what I mean? If our defense come and play tomorrow night, Saturday night, and we on point with our defense, it's gonna be. I'm not concerned, man. I think we got a good team when it comes to the defense side of the ball. We just haven't been playing to our fullest strength, and obviously that helps. That don't help because Julius Randle not here neither. Much as we might talk about Julius Randle's one-on-one defense, you can't underestimate the 11 rebounds to get that defense. You know what I mean? So his rebounding numbers would be phenomenal down there. So I know we're missing him, man. But if he come back Saturday, that give me an even more greater chance to think the Knicks steal the first game.
I'm happy if he comes back, and I don't think he's going to play as many minutes. But I'm not even upset because if he doesn't play the first game, I think he may play the second game. You know what I mean? So he'll be a little bit game ready, if you want to say, get that burn in your chest. But I'm not upset if Obi Toppin comes out and gives us 17 points with 8 rebounds and 4 assists with no turnovers. You know what I mean? Hit about three pointers or something like that. I'm not upset at that, man. I think our guys are really going to step up. If Grimes is holding Donovan and Donovan goes for 38, I think Grimes can get his 26. You know what I mean? I think RJ is going to. I hope RJ can step up and in this series he can average around 22 points a game and get his 3-pointer back into bring his 3-pointer back into perspective. I hope that but I believe we kill him in the second unit, man. I think our second unit, man, that's where I think IQ, I think now it makes a difference of how we run our second unit. If Obi's in the starting unit, but IQ, and then you got I wonder who they're gonna do if that. Now it makes me think because if Randle is not playing and Obi starts, who's going to be the backup forward in the second unit? And then think of that.
Yeah, Nick 100. I agree with you 100%. Obviously not too many players can come back off an injury that long and be in rhythm. So that's why I'm hoping that he does come back. That way, even if he don't have a great first game, he got it out the way. I'd rather for Julius Randle to have a bad first game than the one after that. You know what I mean? So if it take that first game for him to get in the rhythm, and even if he shoot a poor percentage around 40%, I don't care. But at least that means he's getting the shot in rhythm. He take a shot. As long as it don't affect the game. Now, if she misses shots and it's affecting the game, that's a different story. But hopefully that he come out there and he got even one thing about the foot. He might not been able to play back, but I mean he couldn't shoot the ball with his hands though. He could be in practice just shooting foul, technique, keeping the rhythm going. But game time play is different though. Nobody putting pressure on you when you're in practice. But at least he getting to work on his, keeping the stroke going. Even he's sitting in a damn wheelchair shop house and doing his hair. It don't matter. He getting to practice on something. So one thing about this team I'm confident about. They always in what I would say gym rat mode, or they always in the gym putting in work. That's one thing about this team since Scott Perry took over this organization. These cats stay in the gym. They stay in the gym, they work, and then bringing Tom Thibodeau in here to add on to that culture. So I'm confident Randle will be there. I think Randle, but that's a good point, GM, because you know, really, the game is basketball is a game of rhythm, and if you don't have a rhythm to your shot, obviously your percentage is going to be pretty terrible. But shot power, and just to piggyback off that, that's why I like about what Obi Toppin getting a minute. You see what happened when he get a rhythm?
Yep.
Now you see what happened when Obi Toppin gets a rhythm. That means he getting more minutes, he can put up more points, he getting more shots, and he knocking them down. And he, you know, so that's
he's effective too. He's effective with it. He's been running up the court, making baskets, making smart plays, not always and you even see him driving to the basket a little bit more, making some layups.
Yeah, real talk. That's why I'm not too concerned about the first game. Either if he play or he don't play. Obi Toppin is in his bag right now. You know, and he's producing for us, and that's all we want him to do. We don't want him to be Randle. We just want him to produce, and he's producing. So salute to Obi Toppin, man, for really keeping his game refined, getting out there, knocking that three ball down. When he knocking down, to look good. It's hitting all net. He's starting to get in the lane a little more. Had a block shot the other day that turned around, and he went coast to coast with it. So you know, I just say all that I'm happy to see the way he's performing. But now this is the playoff. There's a different type of pressure here. Now we're gonna see who built for this. Even on their side, both sides of the ball, their team and our team, who's built for this? You know, because some of these players like Evan Mobley haven't been there. Jared Allen, I don't think he's been there. Okoro haven't been there. Garland, I don't think been there. So other than Donovan Mitchell, ain't too many. They starting five been playing in the playoffs. For us, R.J. Barrett been there. Mitchell Robinson was hurt, obviously. Jalen Brunson been there. Grimes wasn't there, but RJ's been there. So we got four guys in our starting lineup who went in the playoffs. Three of them played in there. And obviously Jalen Brunson with the master class last year took them to the Western Conference Finals. So, you know, he built for this, man. That's what's intriguing to me about this whole game. I know Donovan Mitchell was that dude, but Donovan Mitchell haven't got further than Jalen Brunson yet. He's been to the playoffs more times than Jalen Brunson. So this is big for Donovan Mitchell. He got to show and prove himself because, you know, Jalen Brunson went to the Western Conference Finals last year with a lot of it to do with him. You know what I mean? And obviously, Utah and the they got close, but they haven't got there. And they had some good teams. Rudy Gobert, Bogdan, a lot of guys, man. They had some real talent down there. And they didn't get to the Western Conference Finals. So, you know, that's what gives me confidence about, you know, having Jalen Brunson here because he's been there. Julius Randle know what it was to lose that game against Atlanta. You know he's like nipping at the bud to get out of the first round after that disaster. You know what I mean? So the Knicks is playing for a lot of things. Okay, he said Jared Laverne Allen in the playoffs. Okay, there you go. With Jared, now they got three. Allen and thank you, Nick GM. Allen and Donovan Mitchell been to the playoffs and they starting lineup.
Yeah, Allen definitely.
Yep. So you know,
I mean, this their first year together too, man. And Mobley, I don't believe Mobley has played in the playoffs. He didn't play last year, did he? No, right? Yeah, he's young. You know what I mean? He's young, 20 years old. Everybody talk about RJ, and I mean, well, he's younger than RJ, and he hasn't been there. RJ's been there. Randall's been there. You know what I mean? Obi's been there. IQ's been there. You know what I mean? Brunson's been there. You know what I mean? J Hard was Hardenstein in the playoffs as well?
I think he went
with Cleveland, right? I mean, with the Clippers, right, or something like that. So sure. Hard has been there before, you know what I mean? So we got some guys that's been there and hungry. They play good together. So I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, real talk. It's gonna be an interesting series, man. It's gonna be exciting, man. Real talk. It's gonna be real exciting. I know it's gonna be popping. The orange and blue will be all over the place. And yo, salute to my man to the chat. Brew Crew Sports, y'all know what it is. My man Jay at Phil. It was good, man. Y'all know the door is open. Just give me a thumbs up if you want to hop on with the brother. You're more than welcome. You know what it is. But salute to the Blue Crew. Y'all doing some good things out there. Keep it grinding. Hector, Jay, whatever, whoever in the chat. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. Y'all got the Yankee stuff popping off. You got the show popping off. Guys, man. Real talk, man. Keep it flowing for real. But you know what? Let's get back to the game, Shop Howard. I'm just really ready to see this thing go, man. Because this is going to be one of the better first round matchups in the NBA. Other than the Phoenix Suns, if they wind up playing the Lakers, I don't know why that might. They play in Memphis, so it ain't them. But I was hoping with the Lakers. I was hoping with the Lakers and LeBron and KD. They'd probably meet another round if they beat Memphis. But you know, for the Knicks, man, God, let's get it, man. This has been a good season. Been a good season, man, by far. You know, closer, exceeded, met my. I won't say it met my expectations, but I know it could have exceeded my expectations. With a lot of things would have went a different way when it comes to crowd shooting and blah 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 whatever. But this team still was a 50-something win team with all the injuries they had, and some of the game with a free throw shooting just wasn't connecting that cost of game or rebound here and there at the beginning of the season. So we left a lot. We a lot of teams didn't beat us here. We beat ourselves. I think I say that to say that we beat ourselves. That there wasn't a lot of teams who beat the Knicks this year. And now a lot of times we lost games because we didn't execute a certain aspect of the game, and it cost us at the end of the game. But I'm totally confident with the team we got going out there now, man. This 47 win team is ready to roll, man. They're ready to roll. Let's go do it. It's gonna be fun. And I can't wait to Saturday. Shot Power should be electric up in that piece.
I can't wait to Saturday. I can't wait to see what the Knicks do, how they come out, and how they be prepared. I think this team is going to be prepared. This team just played them not too long ago and played them well. And I mean, they kept them at their average, 100. I think their average is around 114 points, 115 points. They had like 116 points, so they kept them close to their average. That's what we got to do with this team. You know what I mean? The same stats that we've seen, aside from the free throw shooting, that's exactly how we got to beat them. We have to beat them in rebounding. We have to beat them by pushing the pace and getting the ball out. You know what I mean? Getting these guys on their heels instead of them setting up on their half court. We get them on their heels, get them running backwards to defend us, and we got to drop our shots. I think Quentin Grimes is going to be a big part of hitting shots. I think he's going to. We talked about this in the preseason, Divine. This guy is going to be a shining star this year. And in these last couple of games, he has been coming out now. This is a different style of basketball now coming into the playoffs. But I think this guy is going to excel. I think he's going to run right head on right into it, and I think he's going to keep us. I think he's going to his average against this series. I think is going to be around 18 to 22 points. I think he's going to be very effective. I think he's going to have a really big game in this series too. So I think he also can put somewhat numbers against Donovan and shut Donovan down. If he picks up the scheme, between him and J Hard, I just wait. I'm amped, man. I'm talking a lot today, man, because I can't wait to this go because I'm hoping that I can foresee it a little bit. What I see that the Knicks have, I'm not taking anything away from the Cavs. They are the 4th seed. They have more wins than we have. But out of those losses that they have in their book, they got 3 of ours. So I'm waiting to see what, I'm waiting to see what the Knicks come out, how Tom Thibodeau runs his team out there. The big thing is it going to be Julius Randle or Obi Toppin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, man, the numbers don't lie. I tell people that every day, every game, all year. The eyes don't lie, the numbers don't lie. You can look at the stats for the year. You can look at all 82 games, look at every team the Knicks play, and look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. The eye test don't lie. We beat them 3-1. No matter what you may think about it, we beat the Cavs 3 times this year. 2 of them without Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? Let's not get it twisted. These teams, if you're not giving New York Knicks the just due or the credit they deserve, you can't be watching 82 games. The New York Knicks is a damn good basketball team. That's why they made the 5th seed. That's why they are who they are. Jalen Brunson wasn't on his team for the last 3-4 years. You know what I mean? Hartenstein wasn't on his team. Grimes wasn't on his team. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that's on the team that wasn't here a couple of years ago. Let's not get it twisted. And Mitchell Robinson was even down. You know what I mean? The New York Knicks is fully loaded, guys. I'm telling you. We're gonna go through the team stat. That's why I want to put up the team stats. Because sometimes we got to let the numbers speak for themselves. You got to let what you see speak for itself. Because the numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. The numbers don't lie. That's just how it go down. In any aspect of life, the numbers don't lie. You make $10 an hour, you make $10 an hour. The numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? You make if you got $1 million, you got $1 million. The numbers don't lie. So I think this team is way more better than that 2020-21 team. First of all, we got a legitimate and a button star in the point guard situation. Didn't have that. You know what I mean? We a defensive specialist on both sides of the ball at the 2 spot. And RJ was too young back then. That was RJ is what, 2nd year Shop Hours?
So yeah, he was only like 21. He was young. That was his first playoff. scared to death.
Right, and his defense is nothing compared to Quentin Grimes, and he don't shoot the three ball like Quentin Grimes. So that's different than 2020, 21. And you got Jalen Brunson, who is not Elfrid Payton. You know, this cat is legitimate all-star point guard. The Knicks didn't have that in 2020. This team is 3 times better than that team because we limped into the playoffs without a Mitchell Robinson. So we had to use Noel and not a good backup. This year you got Mitchell Robinson and Harkenstein. That year you didn't have Mitchell Robinson. You just had Nerlens Noel and whoever was backing Nerlens Noel up. Then you had a rookie Obi and the Obi that's now, and a Julius Randle who playing better ball than the year he played that year when he was the almighty 4th seed. Granted, if his injuries don't, and Reggie Bullock is not R.J. Barrett, like he just put up there. Reggie Bullock's a good defender, but he's not R.J. Barrett. Reggie Bullock is sitting on the bench making a couple of dollars here and there a year. R.J. Barrett is a legitimate starting for small forward. He's not even better than, nowhere near better than R.J. Barrett. So this team is wildly better than that 2020-21 team. No comparison. Just with 2 guys, Jalen Brunson and R.J. Barrett at the 3 instead of Reggie Bullock starting at the 3. It's R.J. Barrett starting at the 3 this year. It's not Elfrid Payton. It's Jalen Brunson starting at the 1 this year. Please, we ain't going through all that. The New York Knicks is 3 times better than that team because of the injuries, experience, the kid. Emmanuel Quickly, compare Emmanuel Quickly then to Emmanuel Quickly now. You understand what I'm saying, Chop Howard? Emmanuel Quickly at a rookie. It's not the Emmanuel Quickly that's playing right now.
Well, certainly not. Nor is Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, all these cats. Let's keep it 100 up here, man.
This Mitchell Robinson first playoffs. Right. I think he gonna go monster style, man. That block miss monster. I think he gonna go full. He gonna want to eat. He getting a little bit of extra money from making the playoffs. He gonna want to eat. He gonna want to show off. I'm you know, like I said, I'm talking as a Knicks fan tonight, man, because I think this is going to be a close series. I don't want to sugarcoat none of that stuff. I don't want to sound super duper biased, but I think me as a Knicks fan, I don't want nobody to think, you know, this is just me. I'm on this. I'm amped tonight. I think we take the first 2 games. I think we take the first 2 games and we win the 3rd game in New York. We lose the 4th game in New York, and then we lose the 5th game in Cleveland, and come back home and win the 6th game. That's how I see us winning the 6th game.
Right.
I see us winning the 6th game here at home. I think we get the first 3, then we stumble at home and lose a close game with Donovan Mitchell scoring 55 points and hitting the last second shot. And then they go back to Cleveland and win another tough game where we miss free throws. We shoot 35 free throws. I mean, we go to the line 35 times and hit 20 free throws. That's how I think we're going to lose the 2nd game. I think the 3rd game we're going to come here and Brunson and Randle is going to tear it up. That's what I think as a Knicks fan. I think we win the 6th game at home. I think we take the first 3. I think we take we go in there and beat them down on the first game on Saturday, and then when is the next game? Tuesday or Wednesday? I think we go in there and dominate them again and win a closer game, but we beat them again and come back home and beat them again and scare them, and they win the 4th game. Anyway, I'm amped. That's how I see it. I'm seeing everything as a Knicks fan tonight.
I see it the same way. The Knicks, first of all, they were the better road team than the Cavaliers was this year. Knicks was over 500 in a row. Cavaliers was under 500 on the road. Knicks got the Cavaliers is a damn good home team. They play well, but we beat them in Cleveland too.
Sure did.
We're a good road team. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a lot of variables in this thing, man. It's a lot of variables, but it's not about being home. It's about dealing with facts and numbers. What we talk about here happened. Not what we think is going to happen. Nah, we make it up. No, what we talk about happened. The New York Knicks beat them boys 3 out of 4 games, and that's a fact. We played them well in them games. That's a fact. They the 4th seed, we the 5th seed. That's a fact. So now we're gonna see if all these numbers and all this come into fruition when the season start, when the series start. That's all it is. When the playoffs start, we'll see. But listen, we ain't gonna come with the hyperbole. Our team is way better than 2020-21. That's no question. You can't even. We could break that out all night. You couldn't even get that out of me. The Knicks is way better than 2020-21. And just like they got better, the NBA got better. You know what I mean? So now we're gonna see what it pop. We're gonna see what it do. And I like this team because we got guys who've been around a couple of years and got experience. They got better. They put their work in. They hit the gym. Like I said, Obi getting better. IQ got better. RJ got better in the sense. A lot of these guys, Grimes got better. That's what they do. So yeah, this team is definitely better. So I'm excited about it, man. Like I said, I got 6 games going. I'm pretty much shocked how we split one in Cleveland. I think we go to the Garden and win 2. I don't think they'll beat us in the Garden. Not with our fans behind us. They can. It's possible if we stink up the joint. But if we come play an efficient game for 48 minutes, we've been both of them games in the Garden. Go back to they're going to be desperate when they go back to Cleveland. The New York Knicks can go back to Cleveland at the 5th game, 3-1 if they got it right. If they can go back 3 games, or don't get me wrong, it could be the other way around if we ain't ready to play. It could be they could swing around the sweep as far as I know if we ain't on our game. But that ain't been happening all year. So I'm not seeing that happening where the Knicks is not on their game. These boys is locked in, man. They looking for something bigger than this, man. They know they got to get up the first round. And I don't think ain't gonna be nothing. I don't think Cleveland gonna be able to stop them. I don't think they're gonna be in their way. That's just I've been pretty much half a right most of the 3/4, 80% of the time this year because I try to just see it with the truth, man. And we got guys who can get down, man. We got guys. Listen, we got cats who can get some game in there. They ain't gotta be mega superstars. We got cats who can play ball. You know what I mean? Our young boys can play ball. Our savvy veterans can play ball. Julius Randle numbers this year is the real deal. We can't sleep on that. Shot Powers is the real deal. And if you see it right there, let's look at it, man. Julius Randle had a good popping this year. 24 points a game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Jalen Brunson, 24 a game. And obviously he had the high man 6 assists, 0.2. RJ Barrett, 19-6 a game. That's impressive. Rebounding wise, Josh Hart 7. That's pretty impressive, man. So rebounding, RJ had 5, Hartenstein had 6, Mitchell had 9. We had some guys doing some things down there, man. So I can't sleep on this team. But here's what's interesting to me. And if all them cats play, I like our chances. I really do. You look at the number for the season; these cats were doing it, man. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. That's averaging double figures this year. In Cleveland, as you see what they guys did, down to Mitchell 28. He had 9 rebounds, 1 more than Mitch this year. Garland 7 assists. He's been passing the ball well this year. The blocks on Evan Mobley, down to Mitchell having some good steal minutes. But look at they started. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that's in double figure scoring for the year. We got 6. You know what I mean? And on top of that, Donovan Mitchell got Julius Randle about 3 points per game. My man got Jalen Brunson averaging more than Darius Garland about 2 or 3 points a game. RJ Barrett averaging more points a game than Evan Mobley, 19-16. Jared Allen, obviously, their next highest scorer, but he got the same numbers Quickly got for his point production. Caris LeVert 12, and our next player is Quentin Grimes with 11 points something a game, almost 12, and then Josh Hart got 10. So our offense numbers is definitely right there with them, man. For as player wise, and then they bench averaging 8 a game. And you look at ours, our bench came to play this year too because Quickly was giving you 14, Josh Hart giving you 10, Reddish out there, Obi Toppin giving you 7. Evan Fournier was 6. He ain't playing enough to really count him, but Hartenstein 5. So our bench has been very productive as well against their guys. And then this is what I want to show you earlier, Shop Powers. The regular season total for both teams: 82 games, 48 minutes per game. We scored 116 a game, 42.0 field goals made, 89 field goal, 0.4 attempt. Our field goal was 470. 3 points made, 12.6 out of 35. Right there, league average of 35%. Foul techs, even though I think we were abysmal this year, we still shot a percentage of 76%. Even though
still, right? They was as bad as we shot. He shot 70. I said that the other day. He shot 76%.
Yep, absolutely. But here go the bigger caveat. the rebound. The Knicks averaged 46 rebounds a game this year, 12.6 offense, 34
I thought it was 40. Oh, I wasn't off that much. 48. That's better.
Yeah, and that could have changed after that. But our starters minutes played. Here's what I want everybody to see. Our starters played 32 minutes a game this year. Our bench played 15. Check out Cleveland. And the same thing. Their bench, their bench played the same amount of minutes we do. I thought I had it up there. I apologize for that. Here it goes. I'm sorry. Look, 31 minutes a game, 32 just like us, and they bench play 15 minutes a game just like us. You know what I mean? That's just how the NBA do. So when we think Randle don't get a lot of minutes, nah, that's not true. Because look at Donovan Mitchell numbers per minute a game and Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell 35 a game, Darius Garland 35 a game, Evan Mobley 34 a game, Jared Allen 32 a game, and Kavaliers 30 a game. That's their starting lineup. And in the New York Knicks starting lineup, minutes per game, player-wise, 35, 35, 33, and they quickly even did he's not starting, but Grimes 29. So everybody did the same thing. You know what I mean, for minutes. And I just think that's the way the whole league go. When you got the guys who making the big bucks, they perform the way they perform, they're going to play more minutes. Because that's the reason why they starters, and that's why the other guys is not. I just want to throw that out there because I think these guys are so evenly matched, man. That's why I like, listen, the defense is going to win this thing. The defense is going to win it for whatever team go out there and play in this thing, Shot Power. So I think it's going to be fun to watch, man. There's a lot of comparisons right there.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm not worried about the matchups. You know what I mean? If one of their guys is hot, I believe we got combinations that could get hot as well. If it's Grimes and RJ, if it's Randle and Brunson, if it's RJ and Randle, I think our combinations can score the basketball. We got like 5-6 players that can, that score double digits. And I mean, and I think it is me as a Knicks fan tonight. I think we win this matchup against this team in rebounding. Mm-hmm. If we can control the boards with this team, and I mean, was one thing that I noticed. Mitchell Robinson in these last couple of games, I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm a homer for Mitch. Mitch grabs an offensive rebound. If he doesn't go back up, he, instead of what he used to do last year, is just fumble the ball to somebody. He gets the ball and he looks to see who's out there, and he passes it to a shooter. Sometimes it's IQ, sometimes it's Brunson, and sometimes it's Grimes. Those three guys, he searches out when he grabs the rebound to pass out. And if you haven't been paying attention, I'm guessing right now, but I think Mitch is in the last couple of games must be averaging about 3 assists a game. You know what I mean? 3 assists a game. I've seen in the last 5 games him passing the ball out to IQ, hitting a shot, to Brunson, hitting a shot, to Grimes, hitting shots. He does a very good majority of these last games. I think one of the games he had about 15. I think he had 7 offensive rebounds. And that game, I believe he had about 2 to 4 assists from passing the ball out and guys taking the ball and shooting the ball after he passes out. So that's another thing. I think if Mitch and Hartenstein get out there, rebound the ball, and make those passes that they've been making, especially Hartenstein now, the way he grabs the ball at the top of the key, and once he gets the switch, the guy breaks to the hole and he gives the pass to the guy, and the guy goes up and lays the basket. Excellent pass. And I think Hartenstein in the last 5 or so games is averaging about 2 to 4 assists as well. 2 things that we haven't really been talking about these 2 guys passing the ball out, making assist passes, and people are knocking down the shot. Our 3-point percentage is league average, but depends on who's shooting the ball that night. And I mean, depends on who's shooting the ball. And Grimes is starting to get into that rhythm of shooting about 7, 8 3-pointers a night. Not just shots per game. I'm talking about 3-pointers a night. IQ is consistent. I think these guys are already, like you said, Devon, they in the gym. They ready, man. They are ready for this. Like, I'm amped tonight for this thing. As a fan, I think these guys are amped. I think they can't wait. I think they don't want to go to the gym as much and watch too many tapes and do all that stuff because they so amped. They might, get out there and start forgetting everything. So I think these guys are going to be ready to play this basketball against this team.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Fabian, what's good? Salute to the chat, man. Fabian, Nick 100, Norican, what's good? Dave, Steven, everybody, salute to the chat. Appreciate y'all coming in with your comments and your thoughts, man. Keep it coming. But yeah, man, like I said, this thing can go either way. They can wind up beating us a 7-6, or we could beat them. But I like what we got. I just like what the Knicks got, man. We've been watching this for a long time. For me, I'm a 50-year watcher when it comes to Knicks basketball. I done seen games since 1970. And this is one of the better put together teams. I'm just talking about the team. I ain't talking about the overall talent. The team. Just like even, and I'm not even comparing. I'm just making a comparison. You had Walt Clyde and you had Willis Reed. They were the two main dudes, right? Then the Bradley, the Busher, Jerry Lucas, and them guys fitted in with them. You know what I mean? And then you look to the in the future when you had Patrick Ewing and whoever was the second best player on that team, and everybody else got in with them. You know what I mean? They knew their roles. This team know their roles. You know what I mean? But these cats know when they got to go out there and know they know what they got to do. And I just say that when you go down to 2012, 13 with Carmelo and Jason Kidd and them guys, Carmelo was that dude. You know what I mean? And and it wasn't really another major guy next to him other than maybe J.R. Smith for them, but he was that one. And then Amari started mine before he went down. So they had them two dudes, and everybody fitted in with them. That's what I like about the 2020-23 team, 222-23. They got their main players, and everybody just fit in. They know what they need to do. You know what I mean? And Houston and Spreewell, like he said, then you had that Allen Houston and Spreewell joint going on. And I like that, man. This team and everybody, the Cavaliers got good players, but we got good players too. Numbers don't lie. It's going to be a matchup. Mobley, young, up-and-coming dude. RJ, up-and-coming too. He young, So they got savvy guys like Donovan Mitchell. We got Jalen Brunson. They got Garland. We got Julius Randle. They ain't got nothing we don't have. Put it like that. Let's put it like that. Regardless of who you may think win the series, or who you don't think going to win the series, even if you picking Cleveland, that's fine because we got the same stuff they got. If Jonathan Mitchell could drop 30, Jalen Brunson could drop 30. Period. Ain't even in a discussion. If Darius Garland could drop 21, 22, Julius Randle could drop 25. That's facts. It's facts. And if Evan Mobley can get his 16, RJ Barrett can get his 19. Them facts, because that's what they did all year long. If Jared Allen get his 13 or whatever and 9 rebounds, Mitchell Robinson get his 9 and 9. That's facts. You know what I mean? So that's what we got to go by. We got to go by the eye test and the facts. Our team, if you want to go to the bench, whoever come out their bench and get their 13, 14, Emmanuel can get 20, 25. If you need a good defender, we got them too off the bench. This team is fully loaded. The Knicks is not weak at no position. They fully loaded. So I'm not even gonna. If the Knicks lose this series, I'll be disappointed because I know we've got a pretty good team here. Not that
and I'm not even going to cut you. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm not even going to be disappointed. But I want them to win. I don't think they're losing. I wouldn't be disappointed, especially if they take it to a 7-game, fourth quarter, 1.2 seconds on the clock, 1.2 seconds on the clock, and they got it, whatever it is or something like that. I'm not even going to be upset. But I think this team is going to beat them in 6, man.
Me and you both, bro. I think this team is different, man. You know what I mean? If you're a true basketball fan and you watch basketball like all of us do, like here in the chat and everybody, the numbers don't lie, brother. That's all to it. The eye test don't lie. I see the Knicks give it to Dan at every team in the NBA this year. Every team, maybe except for the Bucks. The Knicks then gave it to Dan at everybody in the whole NBA. They done gave it to everybody, and them facts. You know what I mean? So you'll say what you want. Let's go orange and blue. Let's get this thing popping, Saturday. Let's run up in Cleveland and take the air out the sail up in that piece. Make them fans be low. Let their voice be not heard. Go in there and let's go get it. I think these cats gonna do it, man. I just believe they're on a bigger mission. Jalen Brunson, like he said, you know, we got work to do. We got more work to do. We just got here. We got way more work to do. And I know exactly what he's saying. You know what I mean? This team is confident. Jalen Brunson said, you know, like I said, before the season started, what's your hot take? He said the Knicks are making the playoffs. He said, no, it's not even a hot take. It's got to happen. It's the confidence these boys got, man. This was before the season started. Every Knicks player don't talk about their number. They talk about winning, which we need to win. They don't even talk about numbers. They talk about winning. And that's the mentality that kept this team going all year. They got them to 45 wins. This team is about winning, man. There ain't nothing else to it. So let's go out there and win, man. Let's get it. Hey, we wound up playing Giannis in the second round. Give Giannis a real tough matchup, man. And
watch this, Devon. When we go to the breakdown for the whatchamacallit, I think Giannis might have a hard time. Depending on who the A team is. Mm-hmm. Depending on who the A team is, man, they rolling against everybody. I know they are, but in a 7-game series, you seen last year. I mean, was it last year? The year before last, the Hawks beat Boston. Boston got pretty much the same team. They ain't got much different. I mean, they took them out. Atlanta's a hot team right now. Don't sleep on them. No, even though the Magic lost even though Miami lost last night, don't sleep on them. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, exactly. They still get it there. To me, to answer your question, can the Knicks win with Julius Randle having a couple of games? They won without Julius Randle. It don't make no difference to me. You know, we got a good team. This is a team thing. I understand where you're coming from. We just blew them out without Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson dropped 48 with no Julius Randle. So we won some games without Julius Randle. And ain't no Knicks got a good team. You know, with how we say next man up shot. How we say it all year. When one of your players go down, that means somebody got to be able to come together and give you Julius Randle points combined as a collective group. And we got that. We got Josh Harkin get you 10 points and quickly get you 14 points. That was Julius Randle 28 points, 24 points. But now we need Deuce McBride and somebody to get you quickly points with a hit. So we got enough team to do all that. And now with the way, to me, the difference maker to me, Shot Powell, is the way that Quentin Grimes is shooting the basketball. That's different than early in the season when he wasn't clicking the way he was. Now that young man opened that thing up big time. Super my man Paris, what's good, my man? Good seeing you, my brother. Yep, he is that dude, Paris. I'm glad to put that out there. He on a mission, man. And along with the way these young guys is playing, man, it's truly gonna be a fun series to watch. I like the pace of it. I think we built for either way. I think we could play in a half court because which is everybody forgetting. When Julius Randle got the ball, where's Evan Mobley at? He's on the perimeter. Think about this here, and this is important. When Julius Randle would go up against Evan Mobley got to really go out to the three-point line and guard Julius Randle. Now look at the lane. The only person you got down there now was Jared Allen, unless they start collapsing. But think about that. And he got the height, but Julius Randle got the strength. So I think it's just good, man. It's a lot of variables to it. Like I said, Julius Randle got the strength and the three-point shot. Evan Mobley got the height. But you neutralize height with what? Speed and strength. You neutralize strength, speed and height. So it all depends who made. Julius Randle done put the numbers up since he's been in the game compared to Julius Randle. Evan Mobley ain't no Julius Randle. He's a young, up-and-coming young talent, but he ain't no Julius Randle. I hate to tell y'all that. Julius Randle is 25, 10, and 4 on any night. So I like the match. I like that matchup. I like that matchup a lot. The center matchup with Jared Allen and Mitchell Robinson, that's like a wash to me. You know, Jared Allen good, but Jared Allen will also go up and get defenders like Mitch every night. You know what I mean? He's a good talent. Don't get me wrong. Jared Allen's a good player, man. But I also know that Mitch going to neutralize him a little bit. Like, in other words, he ain't going to drop no 15 on Mitch, not straight up. So, and just like Mitch might not get his on him, we don't rely on Mitch offense a lot. So I think but what Mitchell Robinson do, he gets out and defend on the perimeter as well if he need to. He's a great offense rebounder. So it's a lot of things that Jared Allen do good, Shot Powers, and there's things that Mitchell Robinson do good. Which one of them two guys' skill set gonna outshine the other? But it ain't no wash there. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a wash there. So it's interesting, you know. So we look at all this and say, then you go to the small forward spot. Okay, Okoro's a good defender, But Okoro ain't no RJ Barrett either. You know what I mean? Them numbers don't lie. 19 a game uphold or whatever he's doing. His defense is nice, but he ain't no RJ Barrett. Let's not get it twisted. So I like that matchup as well. In the backcourt, obviously I'm still good. I'm still good there. We know Darius Garland can score, but also Quentin Grimes can play defense and score. He can put up the numbers. He can put up Darius Garland numbers. In another year, so he probably will be putting them numbers up at the rate he's playing. So that ain't even a wash. That's a good look for us. I don't think that's a better matchup for them than us. I think that's just about even to me the way Quentin Grimes playing now. And then obviously Brunson and my man Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell. So I like our team. I think our team could compete against them. I think our starting lineup got more firepower than they do. Because once you nullify one of them two backcourt guys, it's a different story. You know what I mean? It's a different story. So let's see, Shot Power. I think the Knicks got a good chance of going there and get these guys, man. I think we match up well against them. And like I said, I think our bench is playing real good basketball. The emergence of Harkenstein, the way he playing the center spot. They're moving the ball. Assist numbers went up at the end of the year real much better than they did a couple of weeks ago. So overall, they've been playing good, especially with Obi Toppin them playing the way they're playing. Your mic is off, bro.
My bad. I'm just waiting for the matchup, man. I like I said, I think we match up pretty well with them. If one of their guys want to go off, we got somebody to go off to. I think we win this game on I believe defense. I think it's us on rebounding and hitting our free throws. I think can win us the series. Those are the things that I'm gonna latch on every game. If we can out rebound them, if Mitchell Robinson can get out there and dominate on rebounding, get the ball out to on the offense after he grabs a rebound and we hitting shots, we're gonna win the game, man. And I'm hoping that RJ can come out and surprise some people. He's shooting horrible this year. I think he's like 22% from 3-point land. But I think he's like 46% from two-point land. He almost 50% from going to the goal. So that's the caveat for RJ. If RJ comes out and he can start, like we've seen RJ can hit the shot, he just hasn't hit the shot. He hasn't been consistent with hitting the shot. If he could get a little consistent in this thing, take about 5 3-pointers and hit 2 or 3 of those 5, 2 to 3 3-pointers out of those 5. Changes the method of the game. Now you got to come out and play RJ. And I mean, you got to come out and play RJ, and RJ ain't scared to do a little that fake up thing that he do and drive it to the hole to the left and lay it up with the right hand. He's not scared to do that. I think we match up with this team very well. Garland goes off, I think we can have RJ going off. If Mitchell is going off, I think we can have Randle or Brunson go off. You know what I mean? And aside from that, I don't really. I mean, I think Okoro is hurt or something like that. Anyway, I think I seen something earlier on Twitter or something like that. Somebody was talking about that he may be out, but that's still like I don't care who's out. I don't care who's playing. My biggest thing is to see if Julius Randle comes back and to get him in, to weed him in because of his foot injury, because we don't want him to come in and re-injure it. So Obi Toppin is going to get some minutes. We may not see Randle playing 35 minutes the first game. You know what I mean? We may see Randle playing 25 minutes, you know what I mean, the first game. And maybe we may see the emergence of Obi. You know what I mean? Because Obi's been playing pretty good and he's up tempo. With Obi playing with a Brunson and an IQ at the end of the games with a J Hard and Mitchell Robinson, they ready to push the ball. They ready to get the ball up and down, and Obi can really excel at that game. He always does, you know what I mean? And like I said earlier, he's starting to instead of rely on the 3-point shot, you starting to see him go into the hole, making those jump real high, bring the ball down and bank the ball off the backboard. He's starting to do those moves too. And Spider said they wasn't prepared for what Obi was doing, and that game he went off. So let's see what happens, man. I'm not afraid of this team, and I think we match up well. I think what we need is rebounding. If we out rebound this team and hit our free throws, I think we beat them every game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We outscored this year 116 a game. They scored 112 a game. See, that's what give me confidence about this team. When the New York Knicks defense is playing that night, ain't too many people they could beat. Because they offense been prolific all year. They've been knocking down 116, 117 all year long. I mean, they could score with anybody. Prime example, the last game, 130, 116, or 142, whatever. When the Knicks is clicking, their offense can compete with anybody. They got 3 guys and they starting lineup literally can get you 20 points a game. And so that's impressive. You know what I mean? And I think that when one don't got to go and the other 2 will have it going. Or, and like Shaw said, Randall Brunson got to go in that night. RJ, he might not have it because they're the one that's cooking that night. But if RJ and Randall cooking that night, maybe Brunson might not have to work that hard at night because them 2 cooking. So that's what makes this thing so interesting to me. We got 3 dudes. It's only if RJ would have hit 20, he only was 19.6. There's only about 2 or 3 teams in the league that got the cats doing that. 3 guys that starting in the starting lineup dropping 20. I know Miami probably had it with Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, with Jimmy. I think Chicago might have had it with Vucevic. But it ain't too many teams that when you go up against them, they got 3 guys who literally on any given night can give you 20 points. You know what I mean? So that to me, that makes up for having a superstar. But I think Jalen Brunson's in a couple more years, he's gonna be on that level. So I like it, man. I like it. Cavaliers got a dangerous team. Ain't nobody sleeping on the Cavs. We know they the 4th seed for a reason. But we know when we break down our numbers, we break down their numbers and break down our numbers. A lot of that stuff slide in the Knicks' favor, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to tell you, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? A lot of the numbers slide in the Knicks' favor. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. When we put up or shut up anyway. But we've been staying true to the arch of blue all year. They haven't disappointed me one bit.
Yeah, not at all.
Haven't disappointed me one bit. So ain't nothing else to be said. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, let's go get it Saturday. Let's get this thing popping, man. They run up in their boy to give them the business and try to steal a game in Cleveland. That's all. The main objective is to get back home court advantage. That's what winning the game in Cleveland does. It gives us back home court advantage. That's the whole purpose of when you go in there with a good road team and see the Knicks not going to go into Cleveland side and be shop out like scared. They with a good road team. The fans is not going to bother the Knicks. Let me let y'all know that now. Them fans is not going to bother the Knicks. They was a good road team. They go in other people's arena and quiet that noise. They've been doing it all year. All year.
You be going places and you don't think it's Knicks fan there, and it'll be 100,000 Knicks fans in there. Every arena you go to, you hear the reminiscences of Knicks fans and all arenas in the NBA, every arena. So I'm not scared to go over there. I just think this team is ready, and if the Knicks are feeling any way how I'm feeling, I mean, I'm still hurting, but I'm feeling like that. If they feeling like how I'm feeling as a Knicks fan today, I believe the Knicks go in there and really do some damage, man. I believe that they believe in themselves, and every time you see them in after game interviews or interviews after practices and stuff, it's not about the player, it's about the team. It's that togetherness that we always talked about this year, that togetherness. Every time you see them talking about each other, they're talking about the team. And I think this team is ready. I think this year they're ready, man. I think we shocked the world. What RJ say? That's what he say. I think we shocked the world. Let's shock the world this year. I'm ready. I'm ready to go down with the canyon run down there and see some orange and blue all up and down the canyon.
Yeah, real talk, man. We all over the place, man. You know what it is. A prime example, which is interesting too, guys. Even though you got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley up front, as a team, they only rebound 41 a game. Knicks average.
Yeah, that's they're not a strong rebounding team, man. They're not. Even with those 2 big, almost 7-footers down there, they're not a great rebounding team. The things that they do good is Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell scores the basketball. Darius Garland scores the basketball. I mean, those guys are the prime time players on their team. You know what I mean? Mobley can score the basketball, but he's averaging 14, 16 points a game. I mean, he could go off a game, but so can Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes could go off too. The last couple of games, Quentin Grimes been about 22 points a game. Last 5, 6, 7 games, and he's coming into rhythm, and he's looking and his face, he's looking like he's starting to grow up as the game is coming to him. The team is more around him. They're talking about him. Shoot the ball when you get an open shot. You open, shoot it. We need to get up. The 3-point numbers have increased about 10 more 3-pointers. They take a night. You know what I mean? You take 3 more 3-pointers and you hit 3 of them. You know what I mean? That's an extra 9 points. You know what I mean? You know, however they do the statistics and stylistics or whatever they call that stuff that they be doing. I mean, I just think this team. Is I think they're ready to play, man, and I'm ready to see them play, man. I don't think they're gonna let us down. At least the first round. Second round we go against Milwaukee. Might be we'll talk something different then.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. We going up in there, and we going to get down. I don't care how you put it. Knicks coming up in that one, we can get down. It's going to be, they going in there to get down. This is literally what we've been waiting for because we missed it last year. We going in there with a team that really got a good team. They are a really good team. This gonna be fun. This gonna be showtime right here. You talking about this probably to me to be the best first round matchup series in the whole thing this year. Knicks and Cavs.
Yeah, I mean it's the most prolific one right now because of all that stuff with Donovan Mitchell and the Knicks.
Yep, absolutely. And so that right there, gonna be interesting to see to me, but. We definitely going in there to do our headline business. One day I like it. I think my man's a good coach, but we got Tibbs. Tibbs been here before, Shop Hours. He's been here before. You know what I mean? He's been in this situation before. That's good. A lot of these guys around us been there before. All our assistant coaches and most of the players on the team. They ain't too much. They experienced this, and they play in the biggest, the most hardest place to play in the world when it comes to basketball from a perspective, New York City. But when we popping, though, we got the best fan base in the world. I'll tell you that much, for sure. So let's see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's gonna be a fun game, man. We're gonna go in there and really go out there and lay it out there, man. We're gonna go and put all of the chips on the table, man, and put our poker face on, and we're going in and get in the business, man. We're gonna go in there and work this thing. I'm happy about it. I'm so excited. In another 2-3 days, we're gonna be in here getting it popping. But overall, man, I think you got to look at the rest of what's going on in the NBA and everything around that, man. Like you said, Miami lost to the Atlanta Hawks last night. Right now, the Raptors beating the Bulls 77-66 in the 77-69 in the third quarter. Then obviously got the Pelicans and the Thunder tonight. That's gonna be a good game. But like the Hawks would have had that 7 locked up Shop Hours.
Yeah, they got a lot.
They got a lot. The 7th, okay. And now between the Raptors and the Bulls, and I think one of them got to play the Heat.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I think the Heat. I don't know what to say about that team, man. I think Jimmy Butler gonna be in New York next year. Peace to the God, peace. I don't know. I think they going to blow that up. Kyle Lowry 30, man. He had 33 the other night, man. But they didn't have enough there. Something about that team this year I didn't understand it to save my life. But hey, that's their problem. We the 5th seed, so it is what it is. And we went down there and let them know who the big brother is now. We gave them the business a couple of times. Let's not get it twisted. This game, the last buzzer shot by Julius Randle, the best shot of the year, probably biggest moment. Obviously, we beat them another time, and JB went and did his thing. So listen, they know what we got here. They know what the Knicks got. 3-1 against them, right, Shaw? Yep. So listen, we done beat them 3-1. We done beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 3 games this year out of 4. Played Philly tough. Gave Boston the business. There ain't too many people in the East we worry about.
We 2-2. Ain't we 2-2 with Boston? I think we 2-2 with Boston and 2-2 with Philly, right?
Yep,
yeah, I think so. I think something like that.
Yeah, so we didn't help out the competition this year, man. Real talk. Yeah, the Raptors is a dangerous team, man. For sure, they are dangerous, man. They still got, I think when they went and picked up Jakob Poeltl from San Antonio, that got them back to where they needed because they was thin at the center spot with Boucher and them. But when they went and got Jakob Poeltl, that was it. That turned that team around a great deal. From that perspective, they had a good big body in the middle, who physical at this play. So I think that was a good rule by the Raptors, jury to do that, to get them guys that. So, but hey, that's their body. They got to play the first round as well. Listen, I don't fear nobody in the East. No team up there. We didn't beat the Bucks this year. They swept us out with 4 games to nothing. But other than them, I put the Knicks up against anybody, talent-wise, team-wise. The way they play and how they get down, and not individual player thing. The team. But talking about the team itself. We got a lot of moving pieces in New York, man. Them cats could move around and play the 2 to 3, 1 to play the 2, 3 could play the 4. It just they multifunctional so much when it comes to switching up their position. Like RJ could play the 2 and the 3. So you could throw RJ the 4 if you needed to. You know what I mean? Quickly could play the 1 and the 2
if you needed to.
Right. You guys, but they multi-dimensional, so it's good. So let's see. The Cavs got a good team, but no worries here, brother. No worries.
I'm really waiting to see who clinches the 8th spot, because right now the way Atlanta played, I think Atlanta played well against the Celtics. I think they beat them the last time they played each other in the finals. The last time they played in the finals. Mm-hmm. That's something to look at. You know what I mean? You got to look at 76ers against the Nets, and I mean they've been playing some pretty good ball. Our little brothers in Brooklyn over there and stuff. They've been playing some good basketball, man, and I think they're going to give it a hard shout out to the 76ers. I'm not sure what their matchups are, what their divisional scoring against each other is, but Milwaukee, I don't know if who you think Milwaukee wants to play, the Heat, the Raptors, or the Bulls, Divine? Which one you think they'd rather play?
I don't think they're scared of no one. I don't think they care who play. I think them cats are all our favorite to me. I don't. I think, but from a matchup perspective, they probably would want to play. I was
the Raptors.
Raptors or Miami, because they don't got no answer for Giannis. No, none of them. Not as good as Toronto is. They still don't got. Siakam can't do nothing with that boy. He can't. And Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday takes Van Vliet out of the equation. I guarantee you that Van Vliet won't get no 30 on him. Period. That's a no. Then you got Chris Middleton finally getting back into form. That team is loaded. Brook Lopez at the 5. They don't got nothing for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not too many people in the East got something for them guys. Them cats is loaded. Bobby Portis, Jay Crowder. I mean, Chris Middleton playing good. I mean, you got that dude Carter in the backcourt who could defend with the best of them. Them cats tough, man. I don't think, Embiid too big for classic. He can't. The Nets can't do nothing with it. I think the Nets get probably dated 4 games to 1, or might get swept. They ain't got no answer for them boys. None. I'm telling you now. Joel Embiid is the league MVP this year. That boy, to me, he been dominant. Dominant. Literally 33 or something, and play defense. He a foul in the class, not in the heartbeat, man. He plays everything. You ain't lying about that. He scores the basketball. He rebounds the ball. He protects the paint. He could pass the ball. He is an all-around player. Embiid. I like Embiid this year. He really impressed me this year. And he gets to the line and shoots about 99%. This guy, he gets to the line. He's one of the best. This guy gets to the line. He shoots it like he's a point guard, man. This guy gets to the line and he hits the basket. So, he's an all-around player. He scores down low. He can shoot the 3-pointer. You know what I mean? Embiid is a handful. That's the truth. You know what I mean? Giannis. Giannis is. I mean, their team is a good team, but Giannis can be stopped. You know what I mean? Contained. Let me say that he could be contained, not stopped. He can't be stopped. He can be contained a little bit. Embiid, Embiid is hard. He rough. And listen, the last 5 years, Giannis 2 MVPs in a row, a championship. Jokic 2 MVPs in a row. Embiid with the run up the last 3 years. This ain't the only year Embiid been balling. Embiid been balling since he's been in this man. He just healthy. And when not healthy, he just not injured. But that man, listen. If anybody, but can you imagine that man at the 5 with the Knicks? Come on, it's over. Nobody beating us. Nobody. With Joel Embiid at the 5 with Randle with Brunson, it's party over. Knicks could beat you from every level. 1, 4, 5, whatever. You couldn't touch the Knicks with them 3 dudes. because how you gonna stop all three of them? It's just impossible. You would have had to have the best defense team. You would have to have a defense like the Milwaukee Bucks got to beat us if he was with us. That would be you would have to have a Milwaukee Bucks defense to beat the Knicks if Joel Embiid was the center for the New York Knicks. It's game over. That got a championship right there. Had a parade down Broadway. It's a wrap. If Joel Embiid was on the Knicks, that's how nice he is. That cat. If Brunson and Randle had a bad game shot powers, Joel Embiid will still beat you. That's how dangerous he is. That cat get it from everywhere, man. His defense is nice. Ain't nobody can stop him. So that's why him and Giannis top 2 scores, maybe 3 in the league. That's why they who they are. Them boys is nice, man. So I like the I think the Nets lose that game 4-1. I think the Hawks and the Celtics good matchup, but I think the Celtics beat them there. Probably I'm gonna go 4-2, maybe 4-2. Cleveland 4-2. I mean Knicks 4-2. Excuse me, 4-2 in 6. Yeah, I think we beat them 4-2. I think Cleveland won a game there and a game, 2 games at home, and that's it. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes when they get down to it. It's gonna be fun. NBA playoffs are gonna be real wild, man. It's gonna be nice. And I'm really hoping our Knicks stay up in the building, man, and just keep getting better, shot powers and because we deserve this one here. We fought hard all year, man. We stayed true to form. The team stayed true to form all year. They fought all year. They didn't back down for nobody, and that's where we at. So let's get it.
I'm on this tip. Like I said, I'm totally 100 Knick fan today. I said earlier this year, preseason, that I didn't think that the Knicks could shoot 40% and under the whole lineup, and every Knick has shot over 42% this year. Pretty much over 42%. I don't think the Knicks go into the playoffs with the guys that's been in the playoffs before, and get absent-minded of how to play basketball. I think this team is going to come out. I think this team is going to come out to perform. And I believe we win at the free throw line and rebounding the basketball. My whole pet peeve all year, controlling the pace. When you need to run, you run the basketball. When you need to go set up and pass the ball around, then go set the ball up. Because this team likes to set up for a playing zone type of defense. You know what I mean? And the way you beat the zone is you beat them down the court. You beat them down the court, they can't set a zone. And they'll have to match up. And if Randle comes back and 80% of his form that he was, I don't know if Mobley will be able to hold him. Jarrett Allen and Mitchell Robinson is going to be a great matchup to watch. And I'm hoping that Mitchell Robinson can get in there and be that offensive threat on rebounding this year in this series. And since he hasn't been here, I think he's going to want to go ham. I think he's going to want to be that quote unquote blockless monster that on Twitter and everything else that they call him. I think that's what he wants to do. And you got some guys that haven't been there before, like a Quentin Grimes, like a Jay Hart. These guys are going to want to come out and perform. And I mean, I don't think they're going to fumble with anything that they've been doing all year long when they get in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to misforget anything that they've been doing all this year. I think this team is together team, and I think these guys are going to go to every game battling, wanting to win.
Yeah, I agree with you, Shaw. I think that's going to be one of the they're just going to pick up where they left off at. I think everything worked out for a reason. I like the way that at the end of the season, I know we didn't want Julius Randle to get hurt, but a lot of these guys, even when Jalen Brunson went down with the foot and the finger, it gave him some more rest. 82 games is a long season when you're playing 37 games. So it was a pro to contour that they got injured, but it wasn't season in the injuries, and they got the rest. So now they feel like they're going to have a second win Saturday, like a second season pretty much going into the playoff. They got some rest and everything like that. And let's see how it goes, man. But I'm excited about this thing, man. It's going to be fun to watch this game. They got a good team down there in Cleveland, and we got a good team in New York. Made the best team win. That's all it's going to come down to. Best team win, who execute the game plan, who neutralize the other guy, who neutralize each team. That's what it's going to be all about. It's going to be a battle of wills. And they're going to be like the one who execute the game plan that the coach put out there going to be the team that win the game. And both teams been doing it pretty good this year. They both won the game because they've been really following the game plan. So we'll see. But I definitely like our chances in this series. I'm super excited about it, man. I just think that we just got to go in there and just play New York Knicks basketball. And first and foremost, play defense. Play defense, everything else will fall in line. Like Shot Power said, hit the free throws. We pretty good here, man. We pretty good. I mean, their numbers in the year is not better than ours per se. If you add everything I broke down, we shoot the ball, from the field. We rebound better than them. They about a percentage point better than us for the 3-point line. But our defense on point. They were theirs were better. So let's go get it. Let's go see it, man. Let's see who's going to win the game. And I'm confident, man. And I think we gonna do it. But listen, we're gonna get out of here in a few minutes, man. Cause I know y'all got to get in there and do what you got to do. And I think this, me overall, I still think the Sixers, Celtics, Knicks, and Milwaukee gonna be the last 14 standing. To me, I think the top teams in that conference gonna stand there. And that's why they're the top teams. I don't think these cats who plan on got enough firepower to deal with them.
Divine, I'm calling an upset. I think one of these teams is going to get upsetted.
Okay.
I think it's going to be an upset. I'm not 100% sure which one, but I think we're going to have an upset. I think watch out for Boston and Atlanta. That they played against each other. I think that could be something brewing. And now they got DeAndre Murray and all that other stuff. He's been playing pretty lights out. They got scorers on that team. Capella still, rebounding the basketball, can't shoot a free throw. Everybody talk about Mitchell free throws. Capella ain't shooting all that much better at the free throw line either. But that's a scary team. And the Leprechaun, man, you can't sleep on him, man. He beat them 2 years ago when they went all the way to the finals. So I'm watching out for that one. I'm hopeful, to see what Brooklyn could do against the 76ers, but I think the 76ers might beat them up. But you see what happens. I'm looking for an upset. Because it makes it easier for us.
That right. But for me, I just don't think Trae Young going to be able to. He going up against Marcus Smart, and Trae Young. I just think that as good as Marcus Smart play defense, I think they're gonna take Trae Young out that series the best way they can. With the Brogdon and Derek White and them guys, we thought some. And I don't think. I think my man Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think they're a handful. Man. Boys, a handful. They're on the mission too. They're trying to get back to where they were last year, the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a lot of shit popping off. The main thing is Saturday, 6 p.m. Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers, Game 1. First round Eastern Conference playoff series, man. New York Knicks are going to go into Cleveland and let them know this is for you. Give them a beat down. That's what's going to happen. Let's go in there and get it popping. And everybody, salute to everybody who come in tonight, man. I know everybody got it going on all over the place, but, we got to do what we do for the fan base. Coming here with Knicks Real Talk, give you our thoughts and ideas about this thing, man. But I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll see y'all game day Saturday, probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. And because I know it's going to be amped in that joint. So, yes, indeed, my man. And Enrique, man, we appreciate you, my man. You already know.
Real.
Yes, sir, for real. But listen, man, Shop, give me a last word, my brother. We get out of here, man, and I'll let you.
I'm short and sweet tonight. Divine, salute to you. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. Salute to everybody who came in, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Real talk. It's going to be a fun game, fun night. They're going to go in there and they're going to do what they do, man. I do got Hey, I think you're right. Hey, no, I don't think you're right. Think for not knowing. I know you're right a lot wise. I got RJ with a week off practicing that 3-point shot.
I'm just saying.
Hey, a lot wise. Great mind think alike, brother. Because I had to say that. I think RJ gonna really show improve. I think he gonna go do what he do.
I think he said it. Shock the world.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. Peace to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all coming to New Rican. Peace to go to La Wise, Canal, Nick 100, Bang USA Sports. Everybody, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, going out the door, man. Don't cost you nothing. You know what it is. But listen, man, my man Johnny Davis, salute to you as well. Dave Stevens, everybody who came in tonight, man. I know it's kind of light, but we happy y'all in here with us. Y'all know how we do. Let's get it, man. Shop Powers, my brother. I'll see you on the next side, man.
Saturday, I'm here.
Yes, sir, my man. Peace, everybody. Have a good night.
Let's get it.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Knicks Real talk, we real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat, that's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, you straight fact. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. See me tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. Let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, hit the links, after your mace. Drip the logo windows, airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars that shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.